Hey, what's up, everyone? Zen here with another episode of Closed One. I am back. I am back. I'm inspired to share more details on my process. With every YouTube video, I write content when I'm inspired, and then I record the content exactly like what you're seeing now. And then I edit the content, and then I provide SEO on my YouTube videos. And then I provide LinkedIn post for each videos. And then I engage with the community for each and every one of those. And while all of that is happening, I also have my own secrets on how I complete my task or activities at localized.com efficiently every single day. Those are the things that we will cover in multiple videos. So this will be a series on how to produce content efficiently, consistently, and let's get started. First, producing content. And I have a notepad. My first trick to produce content is consumption. I consume content on a daily basis and I listen to topics and leaders that inspire me. And whenever I am inspired, I take a lot of notes. So it's note taking. That is the first tip. Let me give you an example of some of the notes that I've taken. And so let me go ahead and share my screen just to give you an idea. And I have this note on my phone. I also have it on my computer, my MacBook Pro. So my first recommendation to produce content is to take notes. So here's an example of how I get inspired. So let me share my screen. So as you can see here, I just have 10 of the worst sales behaviors you'll want to avoid at any cost. And I started jotting down all of the 10 things. And then that inspired me to write about what not to do as a salesperson, which then inspired me to build and put together the entire videos around the Game of Thrones. And as you can see here, all of that came from one topic, which is it actually came out as why, like in my mind, I was thinking, why do salespeople have such a bad rap? Like, why is it that sales is just, there's this negative, taste in your mouth and people just don't like the word sales, or some people are not proud to be in sales. And I really want to change that. I want to dissect it and understand what it is. And so these were some of the things that I too have done. I'm guilty of these things. And so I wanted to point out all of the things that I've done wrong. And it came out like quick, like in 5 minutes, because it was my own experience. So that's number one. Number two is you'll start to run on when you're inspired, just like this video here. As you can see, I'm in my orange outfit. I'm just creating content and creating because I'm inspired to provide value. And right now, the value I'm trying to share is how to be an idea machine. So oftentimes, one quote or one sentence will inspire me. I will listen to a training meeting. I will be in a meeting. I will read something on LinkedIn and it will inspire me. And that one sentence, that one topic will create tips, 3 tips, 6 tips, 5 tips, and it becomes a whole content creation tool for me. And so the other one that I have here is I was inspired to think about my past, like the best way to make $260,000 without working a 9-to-5 full-time job. And this is a part of the sales training series you've been seeing. And so with that was just one title that popped up in my mind, and I started recording those videos. And if you want to see, this is the video that came out of this one sentence, and then here's another video that came out of that sentence as well. And you can imagine just saving so much time if you are able to outline. So you have your note taking. Next is to outline. Because just with this one tip, you can outline so many things and just start to brainstorm and move fast. So the word is efficient, right? How do you move fast so you're not stuck, you're not stagnant in an idea? And so I'm going to show you another inspiration that I had. So here's a gripping template: conflict intro, middle, resolution. See how it's just a format. That's all I have. And so I'm thinking of ways, like, how do I make this and turn it into a video? And so gripping template. Okay, this, I'm going to use this video as an example. And I don't even have a title for this video. I know that this is how to never run out of ideas. So that's what I'm when producing content, because that's what I'm doing right now. Exactly. Like, you see me live thinking about this particular topic. Now, the conflict, right? People will run out of ideas. And so now I need to come up with 3 items, 3 things or more. I'm going to create a list of items on why people run out of ideas. And here's the thing: people run out of ideas because they're probably thinking about something else. 1, meaning I'm hungry, or I'm thinking of my bills, or they get distracted. 2, people run out of ideas because they are alone, so they're not collaborating. 3, first, write. Like, practice writing. I will write for 5 minutes straight, nonstop, and let me try it. I want to find ideas. It's not really working for me because I feel stuck. I'm stuck because I'm thinking of bills, food. I'm hungry. Now I'm taking this as a joke. Like, to me, it's not as serious, not taking myself seriously, right? What else? Why is it not working? It's not working because I'm freestyling. But that's the whole point. You're supposed to exercise your brain. And if you listen to Andrew Mewborn's interview, the number one way he closes deals, he said he took improv classes. And that's important. You have to exercise your mind to be free. And so, okay, so I have that, and that's not quite the conflict that I want to create. Instead, I do want to provide more guidance on how to stay fluid. And so what did we do here? Tip number 1, write anything that comes to mind, right? Like, write bad deliberately. Give yourself permission to create junk. I learned that one from Andrew Mewborn. And this right here, by giving yourself permission to create junk, you will just start to open up your mind, and you won't feel so constrained, and you will stop judging yourself. And so that's tip number 2. Just get out of your own way. Stop judging yourself. Get out of your own way. Stop judging yourself. That's the number 1 reason why people feel imposter syndrome, right? So, okay, what's the next one? Collaborate. Tip number 3. That's what I'm doing with you right now. I'm collaborating. I am collaborating with the audience. Collaborate with the audience. Literally, all of this idea, it's coming because I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of sharing my process with you. And when you collaborate, again, get out of your own head. Get out of your own head and start thinking about the audience, right? Like, I want to teach you you're the person that I want to teach. And it might not even be you per se. Maybe I could just be talking to me 2 years ago. Like, what can I teach myself from 2 years ago? Like, if I could just learn this 2 years ago, what would it be? That's basically it. So teach yourself from 2 years ago. Collaborate with yourself from 2 years ago. Like, what do you wish to learn? What do you wish to teach your 2-year-old younger self? Not 2 years old, yourself 2 years ago. And right now, what are we doing? We're building momentum, aren't we? So we're tip number four. Tip number four, we're building momentum. We are combining things. We're remixing. How am I remixing? I'm literally typing my ideas, free flowing with you, and everything I'm doing is being recorded. So guess what tip number 5 is? Tip number 5, edit. There you go. So what am I going to do with this? So this is my middle. Look at that. So I got my first intro, got some of the conflict. I will add more to that. I have my middle tips, and then my resolution right there. I've given you 5 tips to never run out of ideas when producing content. Voila. So let's do this together. And those 5 tips are: write anything that comes to mind, get out of your own way, collaborate with the audience, collaborate with yourself from your younger self, your 2-year-old younger self from who you are. Tip number 4, build momentum, combine mediums. And right now I'm combining my note taking with Zoom, and I'm going to combine that with editing. And then the final step is edit. So edit. So for me, I would use Grammarly, but then I'm also using 2 mediums. So I'm actually going to copy paste this into Grammarly, just like that. So let's go into Grammarly. Okay. So Grammarly. I have all my content right there. So I'm going to copy paste it. And then what are we going to do? We're going to edit. So let me just go ahead and edit this. So we got this Sunday, I ran out of ideas. That's today. Today I ran out of ideas. I didn't know what to write. I had no idea what to write. And I was looking at all of my notes and I was so lost. And you know what I did? I actually started writing, but before I wrote, so you could interchange these tips, I collaborated with my audience. So an example of that, I'm going to show you something that I've done. So I'm going to pull out Krishna here because I didn't know what to write today. I was so lost. And plus I was also in a hurry because I wanted to hang out with my friends and my family. We were having a dog party. And so I opened up my news feed just like this. And I read this story by Krishna. So shout out to Krishna. And he basically says the secret story structure that Martin Luther King Jr. and Steve Jobs used in their historic speeches is using in the past, then something happened, so now and in the future. So I literally, I kid you not. So this morning I copied and pasted and I did exactly what that post said. And that post was to use in the past, then something happened, so now and in the future. So that's one format. And that's exactly what I did. In the past, I never knew what I never posted on LinkedIn. Then I got offered a great opportunity. So now I wanted to help increase our brands. And then I found a stat. I needed to understand how people use LinkedIn. In the future, sales teams everywhere will make LinkedIn a strategic move to acquire new users. So all I did here is in the past, then I got so now in the future. That's exactly what he told me to do. And that is another method you can use. So I'm actually going to use that as well as tip. I'll even do this as tip number middle, and then tip number 4. So here, tip number 4, I'll do tip number 5. You're seeing how I work right now. Use formats. There's a lot of formats, and this is one format. And if you watch this whole video, you'll know exactly what this format is, and then edit, and then use Grammarly. So I'm going to speed up and fix this entire content. You get the idea when it comes to editing, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how I edit this video itself. So let's do it inside of iMovie. Okay, so we are on tip number 5, which is tip number 6, which is to edit. So let me go ahead and show you my screen after editing. Share screen. So it has only been 3 minutes since the last Zoom recording. And so as you can see here, now I have a full content. And that took me less than 10 minutes to create. How to grip your audience and never run out of ideas when creating content. The problem today is Sunday, I ran out of ideas, but I'm publishing this in the future. I felt stuck because I was thinking of, now here are the 5 tips to help me get out of the rut. Tip 1, write anything that comes to mind. Tip 2, get out of your own way. Tip 3, collaborate with your audience. Tip 4, build momentum, combine remix mediums. When I say mediums, I'm talking about Grammarly, Zoom, note-taking, notepad. And then tip 5, use formats. I'll show you exactly what I did with that. And then tip 6, that's where we are. I'm editing on Grammarly or Hemingway app. And then I'm going to use this Zoom call, this recording, and I'm going to move it into iMovie, and I'm going to use Canva as overlays. So let's go on to the final piece. Edit Zoom on iMovie, use Canva to add overlays. Let's do exactly that. There it is, how to grip your audience. That's the recording that I did literally just a few minutes ago, 2 minutes ago to be precise. Now I'm going to go and breeze through the editing. So let's go and open up iMovie. I hope you're enjoying this. There we go. And let me connect my headset so that I could edit properly. And let's go into creating a new. And I'm going to drag and drop just like that. And now it's time to edit. So here we go. You will see my final product. And this is the final product because it's already, everything has been edited. And there you have it. That is how you can apply this tip on how to never run out of ideas. And that's my final tip. Show your process because you are doing a lot of work. You should document it, record it, and then edit, and then create a YouTube video, and then create a summation on LinkedIn and post. There you go. I hope you like it and enjoy. Until next time, keep on closing. Should be keep on creating. Peace.